Today's topic is on dimensional analysis. Dimensional analysis is basically just a fancy way of converting measurements. For example, suppose you have 24 inches of yarn. How many feet of yarn do you have? Well, mentally, we're able to process that really quickly because there are 12 inches to a foot. So 24 inches of yarn equals 2 feet. If we standardize that, we could say that 24 inches of yarn times 1 foot over 12 inches equals 2 feet. How did we do that? Basically, we use a standard unit of measurement. We know that 1 foot equals 12 inches, and so basically, we multiplied this measurement times how much of yarn we had to get how many feet we had. Let's see how this works. Basically, all you have to do is put your starting amount in the first box. What you do next is put an equal amount or a unit of measurement that is known in the second box. Make sure that this unit and the unit right over here are the same, so that these both cancel out. You'll see what I mean in a few seconds. Basically, we started with 24 inches of yarn, and we multiplied that times a known variable, times 1 foot over 12 inches. Notice how the inches cancels out in both boxes. This leaves us with 24 times 1 divided by 12 feet, which leaves us with 2 feet, the end amount. Let's do this again and find out how many inches 2 miles equals. We start off with 2 miles, and we expect to get a number of inches. So we know that 440 yards is equal to a fourth of a mile. So let's start off with that. This number of 2 miles, the miles part cancels with this miles part over here. Let's move on. So 2 miles times 440 yards over 1/4 of a mile times 36 inches over 1 yard equals 126,720 inches. How did we do that? We know that 440 yards is basically 1/4 of a mile. We also knew that 36 inches go to 1 yard. Therefore, we were able to multiply and divide to find that 2 miles times 440 yards divided by 1/4 of a mile, notice that the miles cancels out, times 36 inches over 1 yard, notice that the yards cancels out, equals this number of inches. Basically, we were able to calculate that 2 miles is equal to 126,720 inches. This is a relatively easy concept. Let's figure out how many kilometers per hour 10 meters per second equals. So we have 10 meters over 1 second. We know that there are 60 seconds per minute. So let's find the calculation for that. 10 meters times 60 seconds over 1 minute. Notice how the seconds in each of these boxes cancels out. Equals 600 meters over 1 minute. Now let's move this over to the next quadrant. 600 meters over 1 minute times 60 minutes over 1 hour equals 36,000 meters over 1 hour. Notice that the minutes cancels out. Now let's move this down to the last quadrant. 36,000 meters over 1 hour times 1 kilometer over 1,000 meters equals 36 kilometers over 1 hour. Notice that the meters cancel out, therefore converting 10 meters over seconds to 36 kilometers over 1 hour. Now here's a bonus problem. Convert 7 yard cubes to meter cubes. Notice that 1 yard equals 0.914 meters. So how exactly should we go about doing that? Well, first of all, we know that 1 yard equals 0.914 meters, but we want to find how many meters cubed equals yard cubed. So first of all, let's go ahead and write down what we do have for the present. How about we go ahead and cube both sides of the equation to find out what we're looking for? If we cube both sides of the equation, we get 1 yard cubed equals 0.764 meters cubed. Great, now we have a direct correlation to this. So we can go ahead and use dimensional analysis to cover up the rest. So we start off with 7 yards cubed. And we know that 1 yard cubed equals 0.764 meters cubed. Notice that the yard cubes cancel out, and we are left with 5.34 meter cubed. Essentially, we have just converted 7 yard cubes to 5.34 meter cubes using dimensional analysis. And that's all there is to it.